comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Good fight. Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checking their opponent. Blocks the jump in. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. They need to hold out. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. Decides to meet them in the air. Smart play there to go for the air-to-air. Even if it can't lead to a combo, it's low risk but effective. Oh, talk about overextending. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. That combo did decent damage. Player 1 comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Big opening ready to be taken advantage of after that parry. Perfect read with the drive parry. Jumps up, hits them with a stopping block. Gets carried to the corner. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Blocks it. Hits up the counter, experiencing burnout. Their spacing is so on point right now, but who's gonna blink first? The low block. Big low attack to pick up the win this round. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. So, what are our fighters planning in this opening round? Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Are they trying to bait out the jump? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. They break things off to take a quick breather. Was looking for that jump attack. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Got their eye on the air. Solid combo. That drive impact doesn't get through. Solid throw tech. Quarterm brushes that off and keeps going. Life lead opens up. What a finish. Great lead on the life gauge there. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Can they stop this life lead from getting bigger? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Shows a medium kick. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Dashes forward. The throw missed. Their spacing is so on point right now, but who's gonna blink first? Blocks it. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Drive gauge gap here. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent into making a mistake. Connects with medium kick. Here comes the corner pressure. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. The drive impact doesn't work. Experiencing burnout. Almost out of time. Closing moments of the match. No! Send off the wall! Player 2, there's a drive impact. That combo finishes it. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Who's going to break the silence first? The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Was looking for that jump attack. Drive rush. Gets in their face. In a dire situation, they can't afford any KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Parries the projectile. Saw the projectile easily. They'll want to be careful of positioning here while on the lookout for more projectiles. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Grabs them with the embrace. Player 1 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Denies the jump-in. 3-volt ices him. Jumps in. Doing some quick planning. Player 2 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. This is gonna hurt. A quick breather. Player 1 blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. KO. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. No go for the throw. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Throws them to start the corner pressure. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. I'd like to see them use this drive disparity to shift the tide of the fight to their side. Impact's a no-go. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. What a clutch side kicks there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Player 1 makes a huge statement with that finish. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. Genius read! Jeez, how can they read each other so well? Player 2 will need, there's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player 2 ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Are they dead off this super? It's too close to call. The super art doesn't kill. They gotta focus to finish this off. Chernobyl! That's not gonna hit. Player 2 is dominating this match. One chance changes them in with the left shuka. The super doesn't hit. Now, can they finish the job? Reads the jump in perfectly. They decide to take a breather to regroup. Experiencing burnout. Blocks it. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Manages to in there. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Will we see our fighters fill each other out or just let it fly in this opening round? Blocks the jump in. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Buy some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. The low doesn't connect. The low is denied. The low kick connects. Uses a long-range attack there to zone them perfectly. Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Reads them. Life lead opens up. Sticks the jump in. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Takes in the throw. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. 3-ball ices him. Dashes forward. Jumps in. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Both fighters have a full scoop, springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Jumps. Going in. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Sets up with the jump in. A jump in? This is gonna hurt. Closes it out. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Dashes forward. Good anti-air. Wow, shut down. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. Takes a trip. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Goes with the safe stuff with that target combo. Neither experiencing burnout. KO! Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Jumps? Player 2 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up. Can they stop this life lead from getting bigger? Scrapping it out, up, counters with amnesia. Nice read. Manages to block the jump-in attack. A quick breather. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Reads the command grab. Jumps. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Danger, they're going for the super art. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Put them on a t-shirt with that finish. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Projectile to try and change the situation. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Throwing on even more pressure with the fireballs. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Are they trying to bait out the jump? Player 2 has the life lead. Now they get pushed into the corner, or it's going to be very difficult to escape. Buy some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Well aware of their life in meters. Really good decision making. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Springs forward with the drive rush. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. They gotta make sure not to splurge with that drive gauge and leave themselves vulnerable. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Looking for a chance. Blocks it. Both fighters planning something? Players all in with a rush. Pre-glide. Player experiencing burnout. They're taking a step back to slow, low, heavy, but no go. Player 1, perfect execution with the anti-air. Player 2, with the rhythm, owning that space. A rare kick, flatline zone. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. So, what are our fighters planning in this opening round? Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. You're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Nails the anti-air. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Nice tech. Goes for the drive rush there. From up above. Life lead opens up. Throws them to negate the block. Projectile to try and change the situation. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Sneaks in above. A quick breather. They need to rely on their instincts here. Grabs them with the embrace. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player 1 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. They gotta be careful here because a full drive gauge can erase what life they have left in a flash. Reglove! You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. So, what's next? Shows a medium kick? Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Player 2 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. Knockdown and... Ooh, what a smart throw! Player... Perfect execution with the anti-air. A jump? Sets up with the jump in. Gotta be careful not to whip it. And whips! They're wide open! KO! Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Checks with the projectile. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? A battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. Had the radar up and running. A little too greedy there. Throws them. What's next? Goes for a driver. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Will this super art connect? Perfect time to spend the meter. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whip punishing. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Sticks the jump in. Last round we saw some very solid zoning play. Can they keep that up and close out this game? Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Player 2, there's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Both fighters planning something? Lands the back throw. Time to go to work. Risky up-close scrap still going. Not much life left, but their drive usage may favor them. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Having them with the La Chuca. Can they stand the heat? Are we gonna see a comeback here? All in with a rush. Knockdown and... So, what's next? Dangerous range here. Anti-air in the clutch. Clutch, anti-air. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Both of them back off. They may tries to make something happen with an overdrive arm. Denies the jump in attempt. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Solid anti-air. This can lead to some big damage. Turning it right up with the super. Spends it all up a super. Not shy one bit about it.
Get up.
Meets them air to air. Somehow manages to block the jump in. The jump in is denied. Hits the drive. Okay, here we go. Player one needs to use their drive moves to have any chance of a comeback. They gotta find something to work with here. Noticeable life leak. The low block. Player two is in a very good spot now. Bearing Link, are you kidding me? Player two made some smart moves there. Great game. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that comeback.